Hello, I am Sarah Millican and welcome to episode 89. 89! Who knew we'd get here at the beginning of the lockdown? Madness, I tell you. Episode 89 of How to Be Champion Storytime Spectacular. Ta-da! We are in the middle of a fairly tricky chapter entitled Not Good at Being Famous, and I suggest we just barrel along. You won't see me at a film premiere. Why travel for hours to be judged on what I'm wearing to see a film 2 days before it's everywhere anyway? Also, I bet you aren't allowed ice cream at those things, mostly because you've hired a fucking ball gown to watch the big telly in. I can just see the tabloid headline. Roly-poly funny lass Sarah Millican turns up for film premiere covering her chunky thighs in size 20 jeans with limp brushed hair and a carrier bag of sweets from the garage. I'm not very good at being recognised in the street. I'm embarrassed at attention being drawn to me. Some people don't come up and say hi, they just gawp or even point, which brings back lots of old stuff from my school days. I'm not great at meeting fans because of some odd experiences that have made me nervous. Most fans are lovely and want to say thanks or that they've enjoyed the show. Some are drunk, some put their hand on your arse, some grab at you, and occasionally someone tries to get you in their car. Twice I've had someone open my car door while I was in it, and once someone banged on the windows as I drove away, like I was the Beatles. A couple once stood in front of my car in the middle of the road as I pulled out, so I had to slam my brakes on to avoid hitting them. I normally feel safe in my car, but I'm pretty sure I've been followed a couple of times. All of these things are utterly terrifying. This makes me nervous of everyone, which is a shame, as the majority of my fans, the ones who come and see my shows, buy my DVD and who've laughed at me in a nice way for 12 years, now 15, are wonderful. The volume of positive messages I got when my last show aired on Channel 4 was overwhelming. But I suppose that is anxiety for you. It doesn't make an awful lot of sense. It's often not what does happen that causes my heart rate to quicken, but what might happen. Also, social media can be odd. I remember when I lived in my old flat and someone tweeted me that they just watched me put my bin out. That's some creepy shit. I used to sit in my car for sometimes 20 minutes, psyching myself up to do the 5-minute walk from the car to the front door. And these days, I don't answer the door or the phone, and generally someone else opens my post. Sometimes I think I'm paranoid, but then I remember that all of the things I worry about have actually happened at some point. When you're famous, people think you're not a real person, hence the vitriol on Twitter and Facebook. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't say these things to your face. You're on the telly, you must repel insults. They can't imagine that your anxiety goes crackers or that sometimes you have a little cry. Whenever fans approach me, I always try to be polite, to smile and say thanks, which I genuinely mean. The majority of those who approach me are smashers, lovely people, and I'm so grateful for their continued support and fabulous laughing faces. That's my view from the stage, night after night, a glorious sea of smiles and laughs. That's why I do my job. I only ever want to make people laugh. You are lovely. This is not your thing. It is my thing. My shy, anxious, nervous thing. I try to explain that having a photo taken while I'm with my family doesn't feel right. I'm always in a rush or running late, so I often explain that I'm dashing for a train or I have a 3-hour drive ahead. Some understand, some shout abuse, some take to Twitter to call you names. I'm not in the gang of people who feel that fame entitles everyone to a slice of you. If what makes you happy makes me sad, very sad, then I have to put me first. Imagine not liking crowds and causing one, or hating the way you look and working on it, and people asking for photos. I feel very vulnerable when I'm out on my own. When you're famous, people listen into your conversations in restaurants, look at what's in your shopping basket, comment on how you look different to when you're on the telly. That's because there's a team of people doing my hair, applying my makeup and ironing my clothes. When it's just me, I'll have wet hair, a basic covering of foundation to cover my rosacea, and clean but wrinkly jeans on. There might even be mud on my trainers because of dog walks. The teacher who told me to always hold your head high would hate what fame has done to me. I wish I had the confidence others do just to own it, shoulders back. Yes, it's me. Of course I'll sign your tits. I've really tried, but it goes against my personality type. Instead, I blend in, disappear. I think it's about your personality rather than fame. I've always hated parties, crowds, people feeling my arse without permission. The same bespectacled 9-year-old who tried to blend in at school is now trying to go unnoticed in shops or in a pub. It's just how I am and have always been. And that is the end of episode 89. And an extra horn because it was a little bit of a heavy chapter. It's a pretty good one. I hope you have a good rest of day. Take care of yourself. Stay in the house. If you have to go out, put a mask on. Wash your fucking hands. See you tomorrow. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
Hello, it's Sarah Millican here. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to stay up to date with all of my latest videos. Don't forget to like, pop a comment below, and why not stick around to watch a few more? I'm sure those emails or those dishes can wait a bit longer.